Hello everyone, it's Daniel here. Nice to see you all again. And today we're going to do a bit more art and crafts. So today we're going to make masks and we're going to jump right in. Okay, so the first thing that we need is a plate, preferably paper. Okay, the reason why is because we're going to cut shapes out of it to make it look like a nice mask. All right, so the first step we do is we fold the plate. So turn the plate round to the part that you would use if you were having food and fold it over like such and then fold it down in the center. So you're basically just folding it in half, okay? Now this is nice and quick and actually really fun to do, and the most fun part is the decorating part, but we've got to get this first part done first, okay? So, absolutely important that we use adult supervision, and not even supervision, the adult will do this part, is use a sharp scalpel if you have one, or if not, you can cut it out with scissors. Okay, I like to use the scalpel as it's quick and easy and simple. All right. I also use a cutting mat as well so that I'm not destroying the table or the surface underneath, okay? And where I put the mat this time is in the center of the plate, like such, okay? And I think about where I'd like the eye to be on relation to the plate. So I'm going to decide here. The tendency is to want to draw the eye up to the folded part of the plate. This is wrong. Do it closer to this side, to the right side of the plate, okay? And just draw your eye. You can draw out the eye if you wish, if you'd like to make it more fancy. I'm doing it this way just for demonstration. Then turn the whole thing round and draw another eye. Okay, maybe do it a bit bigger. Draw another eye on the plate and push it through. So it's good to keep a nice clean area, just put it in the bin. And when you're finished, you should have something like this, okay? Nice and simple and easy. Now, I'm doing a half mask today, but when you're doing your mask, you can do any shape you want. It's really, really up to you. And it depends what kind of mask you're making. I'm making a nice decorative mask today, so I think I'm going to cut this section out of my plate. You can draw this directly onto the plate and tell the adult who's cutting it out how you would like it, okay? So now I have a shape like this, okay? Get rid of your cutting mat because you're finished with that for now. Always put the lid back onto your blade. It's for the adults. Okay, this part now is really, really fun, and I've decided that I'm going to do mine's blue, okay? I'm going to paint the whole thing blue. So with my paintbrushes and my paint, I'm going to paint the whole mask blue, okay? Take your time. And like I've been saying, the more time you spend, the better it's going to look. All right, so I'm going to do mine nice and speedy. But by now you're a professional, so you know it takes some time and effort to make it look good. Okay? Now, whilst you're doing these parts, you can always think of how you would like to decorate it. It doesn't have to be the way I'm doing it. You can make up your own mask. Or it could be somebody you love, like Spider-Man or Spider-Woman. It could be a scary mask. It could be a happy mask. It's really up to you. Okay? So if you give it a good layer, it starts to take shape. Okay? And that took me no time at all. You can use different size masks as well. So I've used a large plate, but you can also use small plates. And you can pick these up in any good pawn shop. Okay? So next, we have to think about how we'd like to decorate it, okay? So I think I'd like to put some gems and stones on mine, all right? So I bought these in a pawn shop, and I love how glittery and shiny they are. Okay, so just going to open them up. And peel them off. And normally they come in strips like this, okay? And what you do is simply break them up and stick them onto your mask. And I quite like it round the eye because I think it looks very decorative and very shiny. So you can do that the whole way around your eye. In fact, whole way around both eyes. And if you do, it can look like this, okay? So that's it studded all together. I'll just hold it up. All right? Now that's a very basic start. And what I love to do is with some gel pens, like these, I like to decorate and do lots of different shapes. But for today, I'm going to do some dots. And I decorate the mask how I please. Okay? So that's simple. What's also very fun is using ribbon and other kinds of materials to decorate your mask. Okay? So we've got some ribbon. And what I do is I simply turn it around. Do this after your dots have dried. I don't have time for that, so I'm just going to go ahead. And I'm going to get some double-sided sticky tape for this. Just means it's less pernickety. Stick it down. On the back. Sometimes this is very tricky, so you've got to really, really push it down. But again, the L2 supervision, you can help. Peel it back. And you're ready to stick your ribbon, okay? So I like to use a couple of different colors. And it really gives that really fun effect of like a party mask. Okay. Again, if you don't have ribbon, you can use tissue, you can use card, you can use paper. All you have to do is cut it into strips, okay? Okay, and they just come in simple little circles like that. You can buy them at any pawn shop as well. And the pawn shops are my best friend when I'm doing art. So there you have a lovely, quick little mask, okay? Now, if you want to be really fancy, with the materials that you've used before in different projects, it's always good to reuse them so that nothing's wasted, okay? And I'm going to use these little circles that we used when we made the flowers, okay? And I'm also going to use my favorite, my little collage pieces. Basically, I stick them on any way I like. And you're just adding another layer of decoration onto your beautiful, beautiful mask. Okay, so PV it. Okay, I'm just going to stick these down. And if you put a little bit of water in your PVA glue, it thins it out, and you can spread it over your mask, and it'll give it a lovely, shiny finish when it's all dry. Okay, a bit tricky, but when you've got time. Okay, I'm going to stick some of these little circles on. Again, mine's are wood, but yours could be paper. Doesn't matter at all. Okay, you can do that throughout the mask. When that's finished, give it a bit of paint. And the more you take your time and be fancy, the better it's going to look. And then you can show it off and show everyone your lovely mask. Now, I always find as well, just a little tip, the smaller the paintbrush you use to do these little bits, the better it actually looks. And you're really concentrating because you're not rushing. Okay, so bit more coloured collage, and then I'll finish this mask and move on to the next task. Let's see. Scary masks are always good for Halloween, or if you just like to scare people. All right. So there we have it. Your little simple mask, okay? So I'm going to leave that to dry. Under here. And the next task is really, really fun, but a bit messy, okay? So tidy our area by just sitting things to the side so that we're ready for the next task, okay? I'm going to give my hands a little wipe. Now we should be sanitizing our hands as well, giving them a good wash after we do our artwork. And now we're ready for the next part, okay? So I'm going to turn my page not this way, but this way, horizontal, okay? That's landscape, and that's horizontal. Landscape. All right, so what we're going to do is paint our hands, okay? Now, if people don't like paint on their hands, that's okay. We can use a glove. Simply put our hand in the glove and we can paint directly onto that. But I'm going to just use my hand, okay? So simply brush your hand or your glove with the paint. Take your time to do it. The better you do this part, the better your little bird is going to look. I was going to keep it a secret, but we're actually making a bird today, and it's going to be a robin. And you might think, why are you doing this to your hand? But it'll come clear in a little second, okay? So spend your time painting your hand perfectly. Now, this is the important part. With your page landscape, put your hand like this, wave, and do that way, like that. All right? The tendency is to do it the other way. But when I've shown you, push your hand down so that you get a nice print. There's that word again, print. lift your hand nice and carefully, holding the other side of the page down, and you have a nice handprint, okay? What some people do is they do that, but it has to be this way, okay? Not that way, this way. So, I'll wash my hand a wee second, and then we're ready for the next part, okay? I always like to do the paint part first, and then we can decorate our robin after. So, with the brown paint that you've used to print your handprint, draw a nice tree for your robin to rest on. It doesn't matter that it's not perfect. What I always say is, if you're having fun, there is no mistakes in art. Okay, so do some leaves or branches. All right, that's that bit. Then we're going to move on to the next part where we put a little goggly eye. If you don't have a goggly eye, you can just draw one. That's perfectly fine. Get your put stick. And glue the back of your eye and stick it just here on the hand, just at the corner. Okay? Now, this part's really funny. I'm just going to cut off a little triangle here. All you need is a simple triangle, okay? And you stick it with your put stick. You can use orange or yellow, just whatever you have. And stick it for the beak. Okay? Also, what you can do is draw a little line just to show it's the beak. And then get some red. And where your hand makes this mark, okay, when you're printing, it normally does this, but if not, just find a little bit where you can add the red. Okay? Take your time and use orange if you can, or any color you have, and you can draw the little feet. You can do that with marker or anything. And there you have your little robin redbreast. Okay? Now, what you can do as well is if you have some coconut, or you can even use small pieces of white paper or card. I'm just going to use this spare plate here. I'm going to just stick little bits on for the snow. But if you can sprinkle even glitter, but what I'm showing you is you don't really need all fancy materials. You can do this anyway. Okay? And the nice fun part is, with your teacher or with your adult, is write a Christmas message. I'm just going to do Mary, just to give you an idea. Okay? And then Christmas, if you wish, okay? I'll not show you that part, but decorate it with all the skills that you have learned so far, okay? From the very start when we did messy play, right through to now. This can be your special Merry Christmas card. All right, so I'm just going to do the M. And then this is what we have, a little Merry Christmas message. Okay, so that's us for today. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye.